Hi, this is Trey Passer. Welcome to my review of Gemini Man. This is a movie starring Will Smith, okay, Mary Elizabeth Whitehead, Clive Owens, Benedict Wong. Like I said, I saw the trailer for this, and I'm really looking forward to watching this movie. It's about a retiring assassin played by Will Smith. He plays a character named Henry Brogan, who's basically, he's seen enough, he's done enough over the years, and he really wants to retire. He's like an assassin for hire, and he works, of course, for the government, and he wants to retire. He said he's had his fill, and there's times when he can't even look himself in the mirror, and he thinks it's time to get out. So he basically tells his handler, "Listen, I'm gonna get out and just go out." But of course, things don't go according to plan, or there wouldn't be a movie. Okay, people try to attempt to kill him. Okay, and he picks up kind of a somebody that was trained to surveil him. Mary Elizabeth Whitehead's character named Danny Zareska, and she kind of gets dragged along for the ride. Okay, and then we find out, of course, like you see in the trailer, that it's his younger version of himself that's basically been tasked to kill him and wipe him out. Okay, and he's sent there by a character named Clay Verris, played by Clive Owen, and all his twirly mustache. Uh, uh, Villain. But the thing is about this movie, like I said, I was looking forward to this movie and I enjoyed it, but there's things that this movie could have been a lot better because, and I kind of describe it this way. I know some people say there's movies where they show and don't tell, or they tell and don't show. I guess this movie would be so that where they tell and they don't show, and I think this movie would have benefited from a lot of that. Of the if they would have showed a little bit of the backstory of this Will Smith's character. They show like brief little clips of him, but not in the past, just but brief. It's very brief, and they don't really get into depth. They don't really get into the relationship between, which I think they talk about it, but they don't. I think it would have been helpful for this movie dramatically if they would have actually showed you, you know, Will Smith, the older Will Smith, and the Clive Owens character, who was one of the guys training him, and of course there was like this falling out, and if they would have showed that at least, so you'd have got a sense of why the relationship between these characters instead of them telling you. I think that would have definitely improved the dramatic parts of this movie and made you more invested in it. And also the same thing with the younger version of Will Smith, who, like you see in the trailer, he's being sent to kill the older version of Will Smith, and he sort of has this father-son relationship because he's basically been raised by Clive Owen's character, and they don't really. I mean, there's a couple of scenes, but not enough where they don't show you. Like I said, dramatically, if they would have showed, and I don't know, maybe they cut it for time. I don't know if they did that. Maybe they did. So this movie wouldn't be, as it is, it's 2 hours, but maybe they cut some time from showing that, and I think this movie would have benefited from that. So you could have had that juxtaposition of the older Henry Smith and Henry Brogan, played by Will Smith, his relationship with Clive Owen's character, and the younger version. You could have had those, that dichotomy dramatically see it play out, and they could have, you could have seen exactly, the way the youngest Will Smith reacts to this Clive Owens character, and the way the older Will Smith's character, and they don't show that. They just basically tell you that with him, a couple of lines of exposition where he explains how, to Mary Elizabeth Whitehead's character about his relationship with Clive and Clay, Clay, whereas Clive Owen's character, but they don't show it, which I think it would have definitely improved the dramatic uh, flow of the movie. I know maybe they cut it for time and stuff, but I think that was what was missing from it. Wait a minute, okay, this guy doesn't give two craps about Will Smith's character, and he wants to kill him, but you don't know about their relationship, and why does Will Smith hate him, or why he hates Will Smith, or whatever. They don't give you that that information, which I think would have definitely improved the story a lot. Okay, and just like the younger Will Smith, we just know that Clive Owen's character raised him, okay, and to be the assassin. And Will Smith's kind of, like you see in the trailer, he kind of talks to the character when they have a moment together, and he tells him supposedly how he trained him, because that's the same thing he did with him. But it would have been, I think, better to actually show those relationships, Okay, so you could have, you could have had those two side by side to compare them to, and you'd have really got invested in it. As far as the action is concerned, this movie, the action is kind of is top notch action and stuff in this movie, and just just off the charts, great stunt work and everything. But I have to be honest, the CGI, because I know they did the CGI on the Will Smith, on the older Will Smith to make him look younger. But I know also they used his son. I think they said they used his son as a body double as well. Uh, but in some instances, you see he looks very weird. The younger version of Will Smith, he kind of looks like almost like a robot in a way, kind of not as natural as a normal human being. And I know this is technology, but he looks very weird in certain scenes, and some of the scenes, some of the action scenes get a little herky jerky, and you go, in that looks almost cartoonish in a way. But it just, like I said, the movie was okay, and again, I like the chemistry between Will Smith's character and Mary Elizabeth Whitehead's character. Like I said, she gets dragged along with him, and she proves to be mere damsel in distress. She's a very capable person, and she's a good person for him to to rely on and depend on. Of course, B.D. Wong is in this as well. Benedict Wong, excuse me. He's in as well as one of these old friends of Will Smith's character, and he provides a lot of the comic relief and stuff. And like I said, you could have again made sure the flashbacks between those Benedict Wong's character, Will Smith's character, and Clive Owen's characters, so their history, because they talk about it, but they don't actually show you, so you have no context. You just have to take their word for it. That's how it was. And again, Clive Owen plays this. I mean, he's committed to being a villain, and he's just like he has no. I mean, he only, I guess, with the younger Will Smith, do you see him try to display a little a little depth to his character when he talks to him. But other than that, we just know that he's he's a bastard, and he has an objective, and he's gonna do it. And he kind of, like, towards the end of the movie, they kind of have him sort of explain it, his mindset. But it would have been good just to actually see it like in flashbacks and see exactly what his motivation is, exactly, instead of just telling you this is my motivation, and exactly that you see hands-on what he's doing. I think that would have definitely benefited this movie. But again, as it is, it's an okay movie. It could have been a great movie, okay, but unfortunately the writing didn't live up to the hype, the promise of the story. Okay, I'll put it that way. So I'm gonna give Gemini Man. I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it a 7. Okay, and that's mostly just because, like I said, I like the chemistry. Some good action sequences and stuff in there between and I like the chemistry between Will Smith's character and Mary Elizabeth Whitehead. They have good chemistry, and like I said, Clive Owens is makes a nasty bad guy, but I would have liked to see more of his interaction with those characters. Okay, I think that would have definitely improved the movie a lot and made the story just got you really invested in it as it is. Okay, but anyway, let me know what you think of Gemini Man. What do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. I have links to my social media in the description box: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I also have a link to my other channel, Public Views and Opinions, so you check that out as well. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.